Welcome to the BHHcast. I'm Jamie Bendel, joined by Jamie, Hernan,
Before you go
Adam.
forward with
Yeah, right there. That's right. Nametags.com. That's really paying off.
Yeah.
Honestly, one of our sponsors, nametags.com. I've been my name tags right here, and I appreciate that right away you got right to my name.
I tried to cut him off. He just was too quick.
Can't do it. That's why nametags.com.
If this was a basketball game, that intro would be and one.
You know, a lot of times people don't think we use our sponsors, but we do.
Got fouled on the way to the intro.
Yeah. Oh, man. You got to stop going to the gym.
It was an intentional
Or
foul,
I
too,
need
I
to
might
start
add.
going to the gym.
You get two and the ball.
That was flagrant. That was a flagrant interruption.
Flagrant is what it was.
Flagrant.
He comes flying in. He's not going for the ball. No, he's just going to stop my intro.
It was like a pick play, like you see in the NFL, right? You're trying to run your route.
Right.
He's trying to rub me off.
Yep, that's right. Oh, no, Brett, it wasn't me.
He walked him right into that one.
The defensive guy just walked.
Sometimes I like to set up little ones where he goes, I could take this in a totally different direction.
Yeah,
I know what
and
I'm
he
doing.
can't. Yeah.
I know what I'm doing. I'm
Yeah.
leading you. Go, Jamie, go.
Still got it.
Just
Go, Jamie, go.
just mark that 107. Let's cut that part.
No.
Oh, no.
Keep it. Don't keep it. Keep it.
Keep it.
Don't keep it.
So we've got good guests for you today.
We have terrific guests. Of course, the comedian is going to be with us as well. We're going to go inside some broken bits. We're going to ask the three classic questions we ask of our guests here on the podcast. Make sure you are following us, subscribing, all the rest. If you are not a member getting the extra special content, then quite frankly, your life is incomplete.
Yeah, you're missing out.
You are missing out, and no one likes to miss out. You have FOMO.
Yeah. You basically went to the concert, but you didn't go to the after party.
And we're also missing out because they're not paying to be our member.
Yeah.
One doesn't say the quiet part out loud.
Yeah. One
Well,
does
are
not
we
discuss.
recording?
One
No,
does
the
not
whole-
discuss our income.
Yeah, the whole purpose of the
I just saw The Crown. I'm pretty sure that's a protocol violation.
total protocol.
Yeah.
This is I haven't seen the Queen's Gambit, but I'm assuming you misplayed your rook.
Where are you on The Crown? Is that a show you've seen?
I have not seen The Crown.
And has your wife?
I don't discuss my wife's television habits.
Okay,
with my
so
wife.
I'm having a little bit of an identity crisis in that I've enjoyed The Crown quite a bit. My wife and I have seen a lot of it, and yet everyone I tell that to, they say, my wife watches that, I've never seen it.
Oh,
Which I think is the same issue with Downton Abbey.
different issue.
Okay.
Same subject matter.
Okay,
Similar.
I feel like it's kind of a women's show that men like.
You know, Adam was asking us to watch Pride and Prejudice the other night, but
Oof.
no.
No, sir. No, sir. I'm none of that stuff.
I've heard great things about The Crown.
It is great. It's very interesting.
Yeah,
I'm a history nut, though.
I have like 6 things that I like to watch over and over again.
What are those 6 things?
Training Day, Godfather, Full Metal Jacket.
Oh, God, you've got kind of a violent streak to you.
Those are the ones that are on right now that
Okay.
I watch over and over again.
Okay, so
But whatever the cycle is of
that
the
might
recurrent
have
ones.
something to do with the whole overreact to the small issue.
Oh, that could be.
Yeah, because I'm just telling you, the movies you're watching are pretty.
Yeah. Training Days. I mean, that could be like a How to Live Your Life thing.
Oh, it could be.
And
Yeah.
Ace Ventura, is that on the list?
Never seen Ace Ventura. Never seen it.
Really?
Honestly.
Are you not a big Carrie fan?
I must not have been because I didn't really see any of his movies.
Okay, so
Like never saw The Mask. Never
Yeah.
saw Me, Myself, and Irene. Even when they're on now, I don't watch them.
okay.
Dumb and Dumber I liked,
Oh, Dumb and Dumber was great.
but not Ace Ventura.
Best Will Ferrell movie.
Other guys.
The other guys, not Step Brothers.
There are times actually Sherlock Holmes I started to like, but I think what I'm starting to realize is I might be a bigger John C. Reilly fan than I am of Will Ferrell.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
He is underrated.
Oh, I completely agree. He's
Underrated.
but true. He is
Yeah.
he is great.
And okay, here's a total
Together
non
they're
sequitur.
incredible.
Lenny, I'm drawing a blank on the
Squiggly.
Lenny Squigman,
Squigman.
Squiggy.
Squiggy.
Yeah,
Just say a couple so I can cut it in.
whatever that actor's name was, David something. He recently passed. So I got watching something last night and kind of went down the. I did not realize that on Laverne and Shirley that that Lenny and Squiggy had a band.
I didn't either.
And they had numerous musical performances in Laverne and Shirley
In the show.
in the show.
I don't remember any of those.
Yeah, well, I didn't. So anyway, so I watched a bunch of Lenny and the Squigtones, because that was the name of the band, performances. They were amazing.
Whoa.
The songs were hilarious because it's Michael McKean who played David St. Hubbins in Spinal Tap,
Okay.
right? Best of Show, all that
Yeah, yeah.
stuff. Okay. So one of the performances, they're on American Bandstand, one of these cross-promotion kind of things. So it's Dick Clark, American Bandstand. It's Lenny and the Squigtones. They introduce the band. Christopher Guest gets introduced.
Whoa.
And they say, who's your guitar player? And he says, Niles Tufner, the character from Spinal Tap. And it was the very first time that he ever used the character's name on American Bandstand. And then 6 years later, they made, Spinal Tap. And anyway,
That's very cool.
that's what couldn't watch The Crown last night because I was busy chasing Lenny and Squiggy videos
No, I get it. That's
on,
cool.
on YouTube.
That's cool. If you want to find anything about Diana and Charles, didn't get along too well. I'm fully up to speed on that.
Do you think that they ever were like into each other?
The show seems to, and it seems to be fairly historically accurate. And if you look at like, so one thing The Crown will do to you is you end up going back and looking at historical facts associated with it. And so like I've gone back and listened to some Diana interviews, and it sounds like they were never into each other. It was essentially they'd known each other at 6 events by the time they got married.
Okay,
They've been to
so
6 events together.
I think he married Camilla,
Yep.
who's the woman he loved the whole time.
Oh yeah. That's very clear in the movie too.
So I think
Sure.
that is like his high school sweetheart. So if there was a royal version of Facebook, he would have gone and looked up Camilla of whatever.
Oh, so like one of the things he does is on their honeymoon, he wears Camilla and Charles cufflinks
To Diana?
with Diana on their honeymoon.
No way.
No, he did.
That's impossible.
No, he did.
He wouldn't do that.
And when
He's a monster.
And when they get on the Britannia to go off on their honeymoon, he pulls out his diary and 3 pictures of Camilla fall out, according to Diana. Like that's not the show taking
Liberties.
Liberties. It is. That's from her. Her.
She was
diaries.
taking umbrage. They were not taking liberties.
Yeah. So she's already it's an interesting show.
And
Yeah.
now I think I might be gradually getting into it.
We're a number of episodes into the BHHcast, and I feel like the sheep have finally been satisfied because I know that they've been listening to every episode saying, I know that they'll talk about The Crown at some point.
Yeah.
Finally, some discussion about The Crown.
I think we've got to have to. You'll probably have some limited editing there, but it's current effect.
Why would you cut it out?
Yeah, I mean,
it's
Netflix streaming is good stuff.
I mean, if you want people to be when the Crowniacs,
Yeah,
Craniacs,
I think they're what are the British people? They're
Royalists,
when you become obsessed with things that are English.
Anglophiles.
Anglophiles. Thank you.
At the end of every episode, we just need to say, sorry, The Crown, we ran out of time. Maybe next episode.
Yeah.
And then that'll be the thing. The sheep will be, when are they going to talk about The Crown? And finally, The Crown.
Yeah. One thing The Crown's done.
First of all, what we have just provided is a valuable service to both the
sheep
listeners
and the Crowners.
So now you can, in water cooler conversation,
Pick it
say,
up.
do you know this about Prince Charles? He wore
You don't
Camilla
have
and
to
Charles.
watch The Crown to be able to BS your
didn't
way
know that
through
just now.
what. Yeah, but you
didn't know
could
that.
walk up and talk to someone about The Crown without seeing The Crown. Oh yeah, The Crown. Yeah, I'm definitely watching that. The thing about Diana and Charles.
So
I don't think they liked each other, and
Okay, so
there's some discord
Jamie,
in their
Well, first of
relationship.
all, listen,
We're gonna let Grouchy Pants over there just put his
Right.
his attitude
Let
back
me go
on.
do someone like it's squats over
but
here.
what we're gonna
I'm
talk
doing
to you
one like
about
it's squats.
is so he and Diana only knew each other for like 6 times. You know why they recommended Diana as his bride?
because she was placid and quiet.
No, she goes out on a hunt with Philip, with Papa,
Oh.
and they bag the largest buck in the history of the Queen's estate.
So it's like good luck.
Yeah, and he was just like, and she was instrumental in the hunting of that buck.
I'm picturing him on the honeymoon, glancing down and noticing that he has the Camilla cufflinks on, and then trying to shield his arms or his hands or keeping Diana from seeing it, somehow get the cufflinks off. Or do we think that was intentional?
Oh, I think
what world
I
do
don't
you
think he
live in?
cared at all.
No,
Yeah,
I'm the future
in fact,
king
she
of
calls
England.
him on it. She's according to her, she called him on it, and he just said, "It's a gift from a friend. Get over it."
I'm going to use my power of editing, and our sheep will never know that we ever discussed the crown.
Okay, fair enough. You have that power.
I will tell you that just because you deny talking about the crown doesn't make the crown not exist.
That's true.
I mean,
Just like
that's-
infinity.
That's wishful thinking.
Yep.
I watched Hamilton. He'll be back.
Yes, he will.
Just you see, right?
It's
right.
going to take me hours to match up timelines of what we're discussing and when things got put in. And
All of this exists in the infinity universe, always expanding. Just like our conversation, the minds of our listeners. This is all on brand.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, by the way, Sheep, if you haven't checked out another podcast, Song Exploder, it's a pretty good one. I had a fun. Speaking of Hamilton, they did a great thing on the Aaron Burr song.
About to be in the room when it happens.
No,
Dear Theologia,
yeah. What's the chorus on that?
wait for it.
Yeah, Wait for It.
Yeah.
So they did a big thing on Wait for It. It's really cool.
It's a great song.
to hear how those songs are made. It's a great podcast where they break down songs.
Listen,
They're doing some
anytime-
cross promotion for us. I know that Song Exploders, their fan base is really into us. A lot of those guys, like the Song Exploder guys, I know listen to our show, and so just thought I'd give them a little love back.
All right. I'm happy to do any show tune themed podcast. I'm happy to be a guest on. I have a encyclopedic knowledge of show tunes.
Okay.
all right, 2 minutes on Broadway, go.
Starting where?
So I think we've talked about this before. I think political is the way to go.
I love political Broadway.
Yeah, political Broadway is awesome.
On the way home from Thanksgiving, I think I sang every word of every song to Evita.
and when we're
And
talking
that's all the time that
political-
we have for Broadway. All right, Sheep, we got stuff coming up for you.
Don't wander far, flock.
Stay around, guys. The
Taka taka.
taka taka. Bah.
All right, so guys, here in the United States, some would say that we've experienced what was an attempted coup.
What are we talking about? Is this a product?
Is this our new sponsor? IsThisAcoup.com? Because I've used IsThisAcoup.com. You put in what's happening in your country, and the advisors at IsThisAcoup.com will come back and assess what's going on in your country.
This actually came in really helpful. My wife and I, we were in Egypt like 3 years ago. We're staying at the hotel. Things are going great. Suddenly we order room service. Nothing comes. It's cool, right? We're in a foreign country. We don't want to be the ugly Americans. So we called down, and apparently there were people being shot in the lobby at that point. So we immediately got on IsThisAcoup.com. They did get us airlifted out of the hotel.
IsThisAcoup.com. Not endorsed by the U.S. Embassy.
Oh, not at all. No,
No.
in fact, the embassy says specifically do not
Yes.
sign up with them. But
All of our analysts at IsThisAcoup.com
Yep.
do not actually have foreign service backgrounds. And now for kids, our mommy and daddy fighting.com.
don't forget to use the pass. Don't forget to use the promotion code BHHcast.com.
All right, Sheep, welcome back. It is time now for our special guest this episode. Of
Did you just say welcome back?
Yeah, little Bo Peep, bring them sheep.
I didn't, but I can. From
I think you
here
should.
on out, we can do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I like that.
No, let's just keep it real.
All right, welcome back, Sheep.
Bah.
Gather round, flock. It is that time on the podcast when we have our special guest. Of course, it's Jamie, and Adam, and our and our guest joining us now is Mr. Al Ernst. Al, welcome to the podcast.
Well, I'm just one of the sheep.
Oh, a member of the flock. Welcome. It's
Wow.
good to have a member.
Al, that was the quickest bumper we've ever gotten from a guest. That was awesome.
You pre-bumped.
Thanks.
Pre-bump the bumper.
Hey, that's all I needed. All right, great.
That's
Good
all
night,
the time
everybody.
you have for us.
Yeah, so thanks, Al, for joining the show.
I was like, I'm out.
And I am done.
I did the baba.
All right, so Al, we've had a little bit of a conversation this evening that's focused a little bit on the concept of odd jobs, right? Unusual gigs, and which leads us really into our first question of the evening, and that question is: what does it say on your business card?
What does it say on my business card? All right. Well, the last business card that I had was, I mean, real. This is interesting because, nowadays you don't really carry business cards. Everybody just goes, where are you on Facebook? But the last business card I had, I think I put Jester, Chief Jester, as my title.
As your business title.
Yeah,
Jester?
Chief Jester.
Yeah.
Oh, Chief Jester.
Like a Chief Jester. Yeah.
Nice. Not Chief Justice.
Yeah, Chief Jester.
Yeah.
Sometimes the Chief Justice is
Is also-
also the Chief Jester.
Yeah.
That's way true for these days.
Very much so. So, but it's not the only thing you've had on your business card. You've also had a fairly interesting collection of things that could have been on your business card.
That's very true. Well, I mean, if I had a business card when I was growing up as a kid, the thing that would be the biggest title on that would be Bat Boy for the Chicago White Sox.
What?
Chief
I
Bat
was
Boy?
a Major League Bat Boy for the Chicago White Sox.
Okay. I don't want to cut you off from the other cool jobs, but we are going to visit that sounds like the coolest thing ever. Yeah. But I
have to interject.
I feel like I'm on win, lose, or deal because he said, I've got lots of interesting jobs. Then he came with the Chicago White Sox. And so I feel like the host had just come over to me and said, Adam, do you want to take your prize of Chicago Bat Boy, or do you want to see what's behind door number 2? And I'm like, I kind of want to see what they all are, but I love the Bat Boy.
Yeah, well, let me tell you, when your life peaks at age 14, you know that you probably hit it right there. When you're standing on a big league stadium field with a big league uniform on, traveling with a big league baseball team, that's pretty much it. You're done.
When you're a bat boy for the White Sox, are you sort of aspiring or working hard at it to get hired by the Cubs?
Ooh.
Oh God! Oh, please. No, we were the Osama bin Laden to the Cubs.
Yeah, we just lost a guest. Yeah, he wasn't trying to do anything. He was trying to,
stay where he was.
Are there ranks among the Bat Boys? So, and help me understand, is it just one Bat Boy per team?
Oh no, you have you basically have five Bat Boys.
Okay.
You have 2 Bat Boys that work the home dugout. Then you have 1 Bat Boy that works the visitors dugout, that is assisting the Bat Boy that usually travels with the team, and then you have 1 Bat Boy on either foul line, which that job has been pretty much taken up by security nowadays. But we used to have Bat Boys on both the right and left field foul lines that would protect the bullpen.
The visiting Bat Boy in the visitor dugout.
We still have one more, right? We still have one more, right? Then there's the Bat Boy that goes and gets the bats.
Well, yeah, you have 2 Bat Boys working the home dugout, so you switch. You switch off. You have 2 Bat Boys assigned to the home dugout.
Where exactly did you think the Bat Boy that went to get the bats? Where do you think that Bat Boy is?
Where is
at
that
other
Bat Boy?
times? No, this is for Adam. Adam, we talked about the Bat Boys in the dugouts, and then Adam is like, "But wait, what about the one that goes and gets the bats?"
That's what. Actually, before Major League Baseball changed the rules, the Bat Boys our position was we took a knee next to the on deck circle.
Damn it.
You bring a
yeah.
out, and you were on one knee next to the on deck circle.
I mean,
So
I could do
ready.
this all night. I'm fascinated with this job. I'm not going to lie. This is fascinating to me. So
Now, hang on a second. Before you go any further, and this is in fairness to the guest.
Now, Bendel, hang on a second. Before you go any further,
Okay.
and this is in
Before
fairness
you
to
go-
Adam.
But before you go any further with your interjection,
to be clear,
I want to just make sure that our guest understands that we do not prep the other hosts. If you arrange the booking of the
Right.
guest, we don't tell the other 2 what the person did or any of that kind of stuff. So these guys actually know nothing about
right?
your.
But again, I feel like I'm on the game show again. Are you saying that I should leave Bat Boy and move on?
No.
I'm trying to read those.
No, I'm just explaining. So the guest goes,
I
well,
love the
Jamie
Bad
must
Boys,
have
yeah.
told them.
But what if he was an alligator wrangler?
So one question I had is in the bullpens. Are there Bat Boys in the bullpen?
Yeah, there's 2. you rotated, and that you would, whatever night it was, you rotate, and you'd have bat boys in, it might be your night for the right field for the home bullpen. Next night might be your night for the visitors bullpen. Then you would rotate down to the visitors dugout.
Okay.
Then you'd come back over to the home dugout.
So is there a rank in that? Are you working your way up from what's the top rank?
Mostly it's putting the time in. The person who had, when I started, I actually had a weird way of getting in. I grew up in the White Sox spring training city of Sarasota, Florida, and I ended up going out there after school during the winter instructional league. Their whole minor league ops were in Sarasota at the time, and I just showed up. I mean, literally, there was no security, no nothing in those days, and I just showed up at the field, and they said, "Who's the fat kid?" And I said, "I'm the bat boy." And I mean, literally, that's awesome. That's how I got in to the White Sox organization.
The regret emanating from Adam right now is palpable.
Yeah, I don't know what I was doing at 13 or 14, but that was a much cooler story.
Is the bat boy in the visitor dugout? He's a spy, right?
No, yeah, he's like the Houston Astros. He was given those low tech signals of what pitches were coming. No. Actually, we all wanted to be the visiting dugout bat boy because the visiting club, players tip at the either at the end of the game or the end of the series. And if you were on the visitor side, you were making better scratch as far as tips were concerned than you would if you were working the home dugout.
Okay, so why is that? That doesn't make sense to me.
No, because you're visiting, you're taking care of the bat boys. You're the
if
you're the home team, you're like, I see Al every week. I'm not.
Al knows I'm a jerk, or Al likes me, or Al knows I'm a jerk. Tip isn't going to get me one way or the other.
Yeah, we all work with all the with the entire staff and players, but we all pretty well split duties amongst we'd have certain players that. My nickname, that's where I got my main nickname. Being a fat kid, they called me Grocery.
Oh, that's so great. And, he's a bat boy for the White Sox. His nickname is Groceries. He walked on at spring. I mean, this is the greatest story ever. If I were you, I would open with this at every single party I go to.
We haven't progressed.
I kid you not. Oh, I don't even know what the other ones are, but I can't imagine.
Yeah. So, anyways, that was. It was a great experience. It got me my first gig on national television because 60 Minutes came to do a story about the White Sox in 1975, where they were doing this. Basically, it was a team hypnosis. It was kind of like the mental part of baseball. They had hired this mental instructional trainer to work with the players, and he would have these big group settings where he'd have them do visualizations and stuff like that, and I was standing out there.
Oh my God. So Groceries was on 60 Minutes in the 70s. So it's basically you, Fidel Castro, Arafat, right?
Right.
Carter, and Groceries. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, if you think about it, true. Yep, it sure was.
All right, so Al, but that's not necessarily the most interesting business card. You have another business card that also had something that was interesting on it.
Well, growing up later, as kind of around the time that Jamie and I met, I was still working my day job. I think I was still working my day job as we met, and my day job happened to be the executive director of the Metro South Y in Jonesboro. And a lot of the professional wrestlers that lived in the area came over to my Y to work out when they had off days. And they came into my office, wanted to do this big, basically a fundraiser in the gym at our Y down there. You guys all know the area. That went over, we tons of people in there, And the only thing I ever wanted to do was be the ring announcer. So I got into the ring and brought, gave it the booming Michael Buffer voice. And the promoter came up to me afterwards and said, "Hey, that's really great. If you want some part-time gigs, you can be our ring announcer." And I was working it was called Georgia All-Star Wrestling, and playing such places as Sparkle Roller Rink and Cumming and
Sparkle.
Griffin.
You say that's like Carson for the ring people,
wrestling.
right? You did Sparkle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did Sparkle's Roller Rink. So,
But you weren't
at the time. I got to know the boys, as they call the wrestlers, and they said, "Groceries, we want to set up a gimmick during a TV taping where you take a fall from a bad guy, and the good guy will come and save you, basically." So I learned how to what they call take a bump, and as I was introducing the madman from the Sudan, Abdullah the Butcher, Abdullah came out. He was supposed to clothesline me, and then the good guy would come and save me. However, Abby was the low Mike Tyson-ness talking, squeaky voice guy at 6'8" and about 500 pounds. And he came out and he literally became the madman from the Sudan. And he forgot to clothesline me. And instead, he picked me up and threw me over the top rope onto the cement floor, below. And of course, it hurt. And the promoter came up to me afterwards and went, "Man, you really sold that move." And I said, yeah,
because it hurt.
I love the contrast of Abdullah the Butcher, but those who know him, he's Abby.
Right.
Yeah, he's Abby. Oh, I have a great story about Abby. Another great story about Abby traveling with him.
Hold on, I got you prone outside the ring on the cement, broken neck, broken back, and some guy rocks up to you and said, "You sold it."
Yeah, well, the good guy leaped. He had to jump over me to get into the ring, and they got into their match. I'm hobbling back, supposedly with the ring guy back to the locker room. As soon as I walk in, I get a round of applause from the other wrestlers, like I had just won the title at WrestleMania.
That's amazing.
That was terrific. That was so believable. And I was like, yeah, because it hurts. Get me an ice pack.
Yeah.
So how many in the end? How many matches did you ultimately wind up participating in?
Well, then the promoter said we need to train you further, to in case, because we were doing these little low rent TV tapings at the auction barn in Alpharetta, and he said, there's no cell phones back then. He says, sometimes our jobbers, which were the guys that lose, didn't show up. And he said, we need to train you so in case somebody doesn't come in, you can go in, we'll put you under a mask, and you can go in and, just do a jobber match. And so I learned from a guy named Nick Busick, Big Bully Busick, who ended up getting a big career in the WWF. And one day, somebody didn't show. The promoter came up to me and said, "You got your gear?" I said, "It's in the car." He said, "Get it on and take this mask. You're the Inferno, and you're wrestling 2 times during this TV taping."
Adam's head just exploded.
It is.
Yep. He was loving groceries, but the Inferno?
I'm speechless. Yeah, keep going.
Yep. So I wrestled those 2 times. I got the crap beat out of me, and they loved it. They said, we got work for you, wherever you want it. So I ended up being the jobber guy of Georgia All-Star Wrestling, and my record was 0-264.
Oh,
and
they couldn't let you have one.
Ow.
No, we teased the crowd because I had become kind of a cult figure amongst some of the people that come out of the North Georgia woods and Covington and areas like that. And they, you'd hear, well, "Come on, Inferno." And see, this was during the first Iraq War. So my big finishing move was called the Scud Missile because it never worked.
I love it. That's it. You had me at hello.
So I'd get some offense, and they'd be going, he's going for his big finisher, the Scud missile. And he's never put it on anybody. No, it gets reversed. And, then we go into the finish, and I'd be looking at the light.
Now, we all know that Al's a funny guy, but Al, you led with Chief Jester.
Well, you said today.
What's on the card today?
Christmas?
I know, Al. Hey, Al is an experienced guest.
So,
Yes.
All right, so now I want to acknowledge this because I do have the two other questions that we need to get to, and I'll share this part of your resume. You've actually had a very industry recognized career in the cruise ship industry, where you're the entertainer of the year for a major cruise line.
Yep, I was two times. They ain't cruising right now, that's for sure, but hence the reason why you're getting me on a Tuesday night at whatever time we're taping this. But I was 2-time Entertainer of the Year with Carnival Cruise Lines as a stand-up doing comedy. I have and hope to again be working at the Punchline how many hundreds of times,
right?
But Atlanta was kind of my home base for all those years, and Jamie and I worked together on a kind of a Star Search type show called the Carnival Comedy Challenge, which we traveled around to different cities auditioning comedians for gigs on the ship, and that was a lot of fun. And let's see, we come up to regular on Sirius XM radio, and most recently the most unusual two shows I've done most recently was I did play my very first baseball part. I made a deal with the Atlanta Braves, are close to me. I'm back in Sarasota, in Venice, Florida. They have a beautiful spring training facility that is open year round because they run a restaurant out of it. And got to the general manager of that stadium area, and we did our very first baseball pandemic comedy night, of which we set the microphone on home plate, and I played to socially distant people in the stands.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. It's the way that you got to modify the stadium to try to get people in.
How soon was too soon to tell the diarrhea in the hallway jokes for Carnival Cruise Lines?
I'm sorry?
Well, we're going to edit that out.
He was making a veiled norovirus cruise ship reference.
Well, yeah, I tell you what, yeah, that's been plenty of our banging here recently is making those norovirus jokes, wondering how it was all going to work out. We found out we're not, nobody's working. So.
Remember the days when they longed for the norovirus?
Right? It's just a norovirus. You got to, All right. So let me ask you this. We're going to move. I want to address now question 2, which we ask our guest, Al, and I'm going to guess you do know what a meat and 3 restaurant is.
Yes, I do.
All right. So the question,
who with the name of groceries would not know what a meat and 3 restaurant is.
Solid point, groceries. They honestly though, just to frame that up a little bit, Jamie always has this meat and 3 segment here, and 90% of our guests have no idea what a meat and 3 is. But I appreciate groceries that you do and where you grew up. But
and we give him hell for it every time, and he never preps the guest.
Yeah.
Let's face it.
Which exit?
That's a no-brainer for me. But go ahead.
All right. So the question that we have, the meat, okay, and it's a bit of an analogy. The meat, what is the meat in your life? What is the organizing principle around which everything else emanates?
Oh, wow. We're going that direction with it. I had the easy answer, what I normally order, but now I've got to think of a life analogy to it. You know what? I would still probably say I'm the country fried steak, because I do have substance in the middle, but you enjoy the outer crust and the gravy more.
Okay.
So you're on the outside. you're enjoyable, but you also have
Substance.
content and substance the inside.
Right. Yeah. Which most people, especially with the style of stand up and everything that I do, don't assume,
Interesting.
because they assume when you're a comic, that's who you are, 24/7 type thing. So
Sure.
I'd say, Country Fried Steak I guess that would be.
Okay. So now then, the three. What would be the three attributes that you would say people most identify with you?
That they most identify with me?
Yep.
It would probably be macaroni and cheese because they're comfortable. That most people are comfortable with the style of, if you were thinking show and everything like that. So macaroni and cheese would be one. Two would be green beans, because it's just, beans are beans are beans. I'm not a guy that is, you're not going to see the showboat kind of, although that's probably hurt me. And in many ways, I am a showboat because now I was the Inferno for 4.5 years. But, I'm kind of a, basic kind of guy with the beans, with green beans. And then I'd go coleslaw, just because of what I grew up with and how, that's a staple in the South. And even though I was born in the North, I spent the, better part of, by the way, my birthday's tomorrow.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thanks. Yeah. So of my 59 years I've spent in the South, and I'd say I probably attribute to that, to coleslaw. And then number three.
Oh, you got
three. You're going four.
Yeah, but
three.
sometimes you got to go for that extra
mac and
side.
cheese, the green bean, and the coleslaw.
Yeah, sometimes you go for that extra side.
You're going to do a meat and four because
It's a meat and
there's
four.
a premium for that.
What's the mean
Okay.
for?
Well, I pay the upcharge.
Yeah, you pay the upcharge because guys named groceries, they don't stop at 3, kiddo.
No, I go with corn, not cream corn, just flat out corn, because that's it's a tough. If you're not buying it on the cob, you got to work at it to get to it. And I think I'm, probably I think what I lack in talent, I've made up in work.
All right. So I like that.
Which isn't funny at all.
No, but it's never. It's
Yeah, this segment's not supposed to.
Yeah, we're asking a genuine question,
introspective
question. And I appreciate the fact that you embraced the actual food analogy to it, because a lot of times the guests miss that opportunity to
because
do that.
most guests don't know what a meat and three is. But not only did groceries know that it was a meat and three, he could tell you what the common vegetables that are at a meat and three. Yeah.
If we had an overall guest ranking on the meat and three question, Al definitely is in the lead.
Oh,
He's totally the
are you kidding
meat.
me? Yeah.
He's a meat. Everybody else has been a 3.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a meat.
Because I could even give you a dessert as well. So,
All right, so then let's talk. Then let's transition to dessert, and that kind of leads us to the last question. It's a question that we normally ask, but I guess the question I would ask is this. I'm going to modify it for you since you've done such a good job on the others. The modification that I'm going to make with you is I'm going to allow you to have are you familiar with the concept of a humble brag?
Yep, sure am.
All right. So this is an opportunity for you to do something that you feel like you made a real connection with somebody. It may not have been the biggest thing, but when you look back over the course of your life, you'd be like, I really had an impact here. And it's okay to just have a little bit of a humble brag about a positive influence you had on somebody.
I mean, it just recently happened. It's easy. I mean, you'd be amazed at how timely that is. As every comedian in the world is doing, I'm kind of, and also being an old guy, still trying to figure out how to draw people in social media wise and everything else. And I did a little reset on my website. And one of the things you can do is leave me a message. And out of the blue, out of nowhere, came this message from a guy saying, I doubt you remember me, but I saw you 10 years ago. I think I was on a cruise ship, and he said, you literally, your show literally took me out of what I was heading towards suicide, and I made a decision that I wanted to be like that guy on stage.
Wow.
That he could take all those crazy stories and turn them into something funny and not negative and positive. And he said, you literally saved my life.
Wow. That must have felt incredible.
Yeah. So yeah, if I had a humble brag, that would be the one, that I would cling on to. It's certainly not any of my recent payoffs from shows, but yeah, that would, but in all truthfulness, yeah, when you've been struggling like we have for the last 9 months and doing the things that I'm doing, which is literally going, you want to hear irony. Last Friday night I entertained on a upper deck of a tourist boat paddle wheeler out of Bradenton Beach, Florida, for like the 18 people in masks sitting on the upper deck of the comedy cruise that went 2 hours in and out of Bradenton Beach, Florida. Not a year ago, I was on a stage in front of 1,500 people.
Wow.
A show, So yeah, that happened about 10 days ago, and I went, wow, okay. I know the last 30 years haven't been a waste.
Al, I gotta ask you a question. Who books that paddle wheeler?
I can get you the gig, Jamie, if you want to come down.
It's what every comedian asks anytime somebody mentions a gig. Hey, who books that gig?
Yeah, who books that gig?
All right, Al. Yeah. Listen, it's been great to hear your voice, and I really appreciate you joining in here.
Nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Yeah, it's been great.
We're not going to let Jamie give Adam your phone number because
Al's coming back as a special
It'll
guest.
be every night Adam's texting you for more stories.
He's a season 2. I got to hear more.
All right, Al.
Listen, between the wrestling and the Bat Boy, we didn't even get close to some of the great stories that happened there, and that's not even touching the getting arrested. My first night of being on tour in Pikeville, Kentucky, as a comedian, and everything else. So
Sheep, that's what we call
a teaser.
A teaser.
Because
we're going to have Al back, and it's going to get even crazier.
That's going to be in the exclusive content.
Yeah.
Right.
The sheep are jumping around. They're running around in circles. They've been bawling all night. You're driving them crazy. The flock's going crazy.
All right. So, Al, real quick, where would people find you? What's the easiest way to get in touch with you?
Best way to get in touch with me, be under my name on Facebook, and it's called Jester Al, or at Jester Al on Twitter, or my website is my name Al Ernst, ERNST.com, and obviously you can leave a message there because the guy just did a week and a half ago. So.
Awesome. All right, thanks, you buddy. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Bye.
See you, buddy. All right, Al Ernst, special guest, bringing the heat.
You like that, Chief?
Bat Boy.
The flock loved those stories.
Professional wrestler.
If the flock didn't,
Entertainer of the year. All right, we're gonna be back with our comic guest. Don't wander too far. We'll be calling you back real soon. Taka taka.
I gotta tell you guys, I just had an incredible day today.
I'm so happy for you, Adam.
I don't know if you know, but I lost a cornhole tournament recently.
Oh, a whole tournament?
No, I was
misplaced it.
Nah, I didn't lose it like that. I lost like I came in last.
Oh,
No, I mean like the worst cornhole player ever.
Are you throwing overhand?
I wasn't, but that's what brings me to what I'm having a great day.
Tell me about it.
I went to cornholepros.com. At cornholepros.com, I was hooked up. I gave them all my bios and all my statistics about how I've been playing in cornhole tournament. They hooked me up with a pro, and immediately my game has gotten better.
You got a cornhole coach?
I got a cornhole coach at cornholepros.com.
Tell us what they taught you.
So I'm doing underhands. I'm doing what they call a frisbee. He just taught me something called a Cincinnati two-step, where you actually hit 2 bags before you go in the hole. I don't really understand it at all, but I am getting better, I think.
You got yourself a cornhole coach?
I got a cornhole coach. Cornholepros.com.
Is this kind of like a sensei?
He's kind of like a sensei.
You got yourself a Mr. Miyagi of the cornhole?
That's what I got. And so what I'm saying is that my cornhole game through the roof, cornholepros.com. Use the promotion code BHHcast, and you will get 1 bag free.
You got to get yourself a cornhole coach.
Not a real product.
You head over there to cornholepros.com and you get yourself one of them coaches and you do it in that sheep.
All right, welcome back to the BHHcast. Jamie Bendel, Jamie Hearn, and Adam Haig. Our comic guest is on the phone right now. We actually reached him in a restaurant, one of the best taco places in Atlanta, Super Rica. It is Marcus Harvey, the barber star.
What's happening?
What are you doing?
What's going on, Marcus?
Hey, what's up? Can I get some queso? Hey, how y'all doing?
I love it. Hey, that's the first guest we've had to order queso. But you're hanging out at a Mexican place. You're not going to mess around.
Yeah. All right, so Marcus, here's the deal. These guys don't know, so we always do. This is the way we do our episodes. The other 2 guys don't get any prep on the guests. All right?
Okay.
All right. You are...
In this case, I don't think the guest got any prep.
No, the guest also didn't get any prep.
Neither the waiter, the dinner date.
Okay. So I'm going to give them the quick bio. Okay?
Okay.
You have had a television show called Ghost Brothers, right? Have, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Present,
where you go ghost hunting.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
Paranormal activities. And then you are a nationally recognized comedian.
Yep.
But you are an internationally traveling barber star, and you literally have traveled around the world to give people haircuts.
Yes.
That
Literally around the world.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That's hitting for the cycle, in my opinion.
Yeah. Do you want to do the name droppy part, Marcus, or do you want me to do it?
Yes. I've cut Nas, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Chris Webber, Today, Ludacris, Grant Hill, who else? Damon Lillard, LeBron James, Isaiah Thomas, Cedric the Entertainer. I've opened for Cedric the Entertainer. Opened for his Punchline a lot of times.
Yeah.
I have a show on Travel Channel now called Ghost Brothers. We have 8 episodes coming out this year. And then we also did a show with Jack Osborne called Fight Club, where we do stuff that white people do. Yeah.
Oh, that makes you scared? That's supposed to make you scared?
Yeah, that's what it is. It always sounds like white people like being scared. I've realized that. They love the thrill of being scared. I don't know what it is. Do y'all like that?
You don't like that. Is that why the Ghost Brothers, you don't like the whole being scared thing?
Nah, yeah, because black folks don't play with that. They don't play with no scary stuff. Nah, we only fuck with the Holy Ghost. We don't play with no other ghosts. We only the Holy Ghost.
Okay. I like that.
Have you ever encountered the Holy Ghost on your show?
Oh, heck yeah. I speak in tongues all the time when something crazy happens.
All right, so Marcus, real quick. All right, so we kind of covered what does it say on your business card. We did a little bit of that prep. That's the first question we always ask our guests. Second question is, you've traveled a bit. What are you're familiar with the Meat and 3 restaurant?
Yeah, you get the meats and the cheese and stuff.
Yeah. All right, but here's the analogy. I need you to embrace the analogy. What is the meat in Marcus Harvey's life? What is the organizing principle, the entree by which the rest of your plate revolves?
Kindness.
Kindness?
Funny, yeah, kindness. It's weird, but yeah, funny kindness, man. Like my persona on stage is always the person that you know next door that you really rock with, and then it happens in barbering as well as in comedy. So yeah, kindness. Like shoot. That's why I'm a sex symbol, because the women love a kind dude. You know what I'm saying? And I got a big dick, so it's all works together. So.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Yeah, but do you lead with the kindness?
Well, yeah, what do you lead with? The haircuts, the kindness, the comedy, or
yeah, that BDE?
The kindness. The kindness. You lead with the kindness. Yeah, because like, you know, when folks can rock with you, they rock with you no matter what you do. And if you can do anything in an excellent form and you kind, they always want to have you around them.
I think that's exactly right.
Excellent.
All right. So the next question is a two-part question. Question 1, has the queso arrived?
Yeah.
It just did. That's why we got to go.
Question 2 is,
terrible look.
do you double dip the queso?
Oh, of course, because I'm with a date.
All right.
That's my date.
All right. So last question.
Then we'll let you go.
Last question. We're going to let you go. All right. We need a dad brag. We need something that you are unashamedly proud about your child.
Oh, my daughter Nova and Kingsley. Nova is the most warm person. She's like 22 years old, but she's only 3. So like I try to say that that's my intelligence, but it's not. So that's the best thing. Awesome. And then Kingsley just is a great.
All right,
that's good.
Now, are we the best wingmen?
Daddy.
Are we the best wingmen ever? We literally just on your date. We just
made you look like the coolest guy ever. Like you're sitting there.
You got to be cussed out. She just walked off. She's walking to the bathroom right now. She literally just walked off.
Thanks, Marcus.
Well, no, wait a minute. Since she left, then we have a few extra minutes.
Oh no!
You want to try to get me shot? Oh my gosh! How dare you, Jamie?
All right, I appreciate it. I appreciate you taking the call and being a participant here in the BHHcast.
All right, man.
All right, Marcus,
thank you,
I'll hit your socials after you go. All right, sounds good.
Heck yeah.
Right,
This is dope. It's dope.
All right, be good. All right, Marcus Harvey, check him out on Travel Channel, Ghost Brothers.
Good guy.
Actually, he has been around the world, flown in specifically to give haircuts.
I think that's so cool. That's one of those great skills that you can do anywhere. There's always a need for someone to cut your hair.
It's literally a skill you can do any place. I mean, if you go whatever.
Exactly.
But it's just kind of, I think it's a tremendous responsibility to know you have the clippers right before somebody goes out for the big game, for the big show.
I agree.
Right?
That's a lot of pressure.
I mean, have you ever gone for a haircut before a big event?
No.
No, like wedding day
haircut?
haircut?
No, that's not true at all. I usually try and get my hair cut like a week before my big day.
Because you want to...
Yeah, I want to have that kind of, little grown
Not
in.
a fresh cut.
Yeah, not a fresh cut.
But imagine cutting LeBron James' hair, Game 7, right before Game 7, he's about to go out. If you mess that up, everyone's going to be talking about that haircut.
Or the night after, people be giving LeBron hell about it. They're like, what's going on with your lines?
Yeah, all great with the championship, but that haircut?
Well, I think if it's a pregame ritual, right? Because I've done the same thing. Like, I know if I have something that I need to do, I try to get my haircut a certain number of days ahead of the thing that I have to do.
Right.
And if it doesn't look right, it's like Superman doesn't have his cape.
No, that's right.
See, I give myself a haircut, and
you can tell.
Yeah, and I give myself a haircut.
Are you a self-haircut guy?
I am a self-haircut guy.
For real?
For real?
No, it's definitely obvious.
Yeah, and
really?
And so
how do you give yourself a self-haircut?
I just
take out the trimmers and let it rip.
Yeah, just.
Are you a trimmer guy?
Yep, trimmer, scissors. Really? Yep, the whole thing.
Okay, I'm having a sheep on the surfboard moment where I don't know if you're a real thing or a figurative thing.
No.
You're cutting your own hair.
Cut my own hair.
You cut your own
hair. Cut me as Is that the whole package? You're cutting your own hair. Or you're just cutting up top.
I'm terribly uncomfortable right now, but I will say that the bald spot makes it a little easier.
Goes to a barber for that.
Okay. He goes to a barber.
Right.
So you go to a barber for your manscaping.
Yeah.
Right.
But then the hair is totally you.
I got it up here, boss.
Yeah.
But I really need somebody else that knows what they're doing.
I have been banned from Great Clips.
Okay. That's fair.
Super cuts.
You're not the first one.
For real, you cut your own hair?
I do cut my own hair.
Have you been doing that for a long time?
I have been doing it the entire pandemic.
Did you do it before the pandemic?
Occasionally, yeah.
Okay.
Huh, that's interesting. I'm saying that because I wouldn't have guessed. Now, he's saying, Adam's saying he could have guessed. I could not have guessed.
Thank you, Jamie, because you're saying I'm that good at it.
I'm saying I haven't necessarily considered who's cutting your hair until now. Now that I am, I'm thinking I assumed it was being done by a professional, not an amateur.
Oh, thank you.
And you are an amateur hair cutter.
I do travel around the world to cut hair.
You do not.
Well, sometimes if I'm away from home and I cut my own hair.
I guess, and that's rude.
No.
You could if you were willing to travel someplace else, you could cut your hair someplace else.
Right, and be an international barber.
Oh, cutting your hair.
Cutting your own
right.
hair. You wouldn't cut the hair of strangers.
If no,
You shouldn't cut the hair of strangers.
No. I think that's actually illegal.
Well, it's illegal.
Don't you have to have a license and
You do
stuff?
have to have a license.
in all
but if you-
countries,
No,
pretty much every place.
Yeah. It's a pretty big thing.
Canada,
Canadians. I think Canadians are pretty strict about it, actually.
Greenland.
No, there's some underground stuff that goes on in Bolivia, but yeah, other than that, it's almost all haircuts have to be licensed.
Anyway, Marcus is an extraordinary. He's got like his studio is incredible. It's like an art gallery.
I bet.
It's amazing what he has, and he has a whole thing that he's done where he's mentoring other people that are coming into the business and whatnot. So he's
Very
a
cool.
well-regarded, well-known name.
That was a great
Hilarious
interview.
comedian. Very, very funny.
Nice guy.
Yeah, super
Nice
guy.
of him to do that.
Yeah,
And he has a big heart.
he has a big heart. I'm sure he got a large queso.
Yeah.
I mean, that was large queso. Felt like he was about to have the guac made right at the table.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's what it seemed like to me. It felt like a guac at the table night.
Guac at the table.
You walk up, you're impressing your girl.
You know when you're out on a date and you're like, you know what we're gonna do? It's date night. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have him make the guac at the table.
Going well. You might even.
Suddenly your wife looks at you like, oh, it's 2 margarita night.
I will have a refill.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yes.
That comes in just fine. Can you hear that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, we're gonna play. What's the background noise?
Oh, what's that noise in the background? Da da ba dee da da ba ba da dee 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 dee.
All right. So that was Marcus Harvey.
Marcus Harvey.
And go check him out on. If you look in the
Musa's Lair is his name of his barbershop.
Cool.
what is it?
Musa's Lair.
Lair. Yeah.
All right. Go check him out. Sheep.
Go
that's
get your
gonna do it.
haircut. You can go see. There's going to be some famous people there probably hanging out at the
Yeah.
at the shop.
Some of our sheep I've been noticing need to be sheared.
Shear them sheepies.
Shear them sheepies at the.
Share these. I'm due. I'm about to go back to the.
Yeah, and honestly, as a shepherd, you need to set a better example.
I'm gonna be high and tight.
Good. Good
It's
to hear.
about time.
I might let Marcus cut my hair.
Oh, we should all go.
I don't think you could.
We would look 1,000% better
Can he help me lose 20 pounds?
with a proper haircut. You can.
Not your haircut, though.
That haircut. Even
I've
with
been
that
losing
haircut.
20 pounds of hair over the last 10 years.
No, shape it up. New haircut. It is like going on a diet. You get the right haircut. I've always had the wrong haircut. I feel like
How do you know?
I don't like it.
Okay.
I don't like
Is
it.
there
I don't
another
like it.
haircut you like?
I think there's one out there for me. I just don't know what it is.
So it's the hair that's the issue.
I'd like to start with that.
Okay.
I'm willing to accept that even with the proper haircut, there's other issues.
Yeah.
But
Since
you
I'm-
eliminate problems one at a time.
Yeah.
Since I'm going bald,
You might as well have perfect hair if you got to deal with bad other stuff, right?
I'd like to see.
You're going
what
bald?
Yes.
Are you kidding me right now?
I know
You're
you can't
going
tell
bald.
because I'm so tall. You can't see the top of my head.
That is incredible. I had no clue.
Yeah. No,
Honestly.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd like to see what I looked like bald before I went bald. I would like to be able to shave my head, but then if it's horrific, which it probably will,
Are you saying all that skin colored stuff up top, that's actual skin?
I know that it looks like I have alopecia.
No, I just thought like it was a weird shade of hair.
Is that the right term? Alopecia?
I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
It is alopecia.
Well, the alopecia is a thing. I don't think it was the thing you were talking about.
Yeah.
Different color. Clip. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, sheep.
All right, Sheep. That was a good episode. Do, as Adam say, be shorn and
Keep it tight.
keep it tight and keep it to yourself. We don't need to know.
That's right. We'll be growing the winter coats in come October, November again.
Cuffing season soon.
Yep, almost cuffing season, guys.
Almost cuffing season. So
Unless it's the middle of the summer when you're listening to this, and it is not cuffing season.
Tacky.
well, it's almost cuffing season.
Always almost cuffing.
There's
is it?
almost. It doesn't matter.
We have the longest outros in the business.
That's why we're shepherds working our way back to the barn.
Yeah,
I mean,
a lot of
we
times
can-
people
we
are
can
paying
talk about whatever we
outros by a
want.
number of words.
Yeah.
People do say, have you seen how big their outros are?
Yeah, no one's ever said that.
Just me.
No, she was like, I did see one lady at a bar say, you should see the size of their outros.
Why is this taking so long? What in the world
Goodbye.
are you doing?
Taka taka.